And that last one you just do.
That's the flat inset. Curved inset. You know, this one, I mean, you can trim this directly on the workhead if you want. I mean, you can put it down just like you would, you know, a dish or a bowl or whatever. You know, the only issue that you're going to have is around the edge and getting, you know, your trimming right down in towards the. And so this one I'm going to show you, after I trim it, I'm going to show you how to throw a knob directly on top of your lid. And then on the flange one, I'll show you how to attach a kind of a strap handle. So since I'm going to be throwing a knob on here, I will generally not trim right all the way to the center. And the reason for that is that it'll allow me to leave just a little bit extra clay right in the middle where I'm going to put the knob. What happened? Oh, it just spun right around. The lid just spun right around. So I'm able to kind of look and see how they. And nothing to lift with. So the plastic comes in handy. So this is still a little bit thick, so I'll trim a little bit more into here. Well, it's going to be gone. I mean, you're not going to see that eventually once I put the knob on. It's just actually it's a flat, you know, it's a nice area to add my little knob. Okay, I'm just going to check one more time for the thickness before I throw this on there. It feels pretty good. Okay, so now I'm gonna slip and score. Now, if this clay is really soft, then you have to be really careful with how you do this. This isn't too bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have my serrated rib. I'd use that, but I'll just use the wheel going around. Score pretty quickly. And then depending on, how big or how small you want the knob to be, get enough clay. That's a little dry. Yeah, well, it's a little dry also. I don't want to. If you want a really, like a real big knob, which in some cases is, seems appropriate and it's really nice, I would throw it hollow. Just throw like a small pot and then close it up and then put a hole down on the inside of the lid so that it doesn't, you don't need trapped air. So if I wanted a real, and I thought it was going to be too thick, if the clay was going to be too thick to be solid, what I would do is I would just take and throw like a little pot. I would open it, I would center this piece of clay, open it, throw a little wall, close it off, and then put a hole down on the inside afterwards. This is not going to be that big, so I'll just sway it to it. Now I'll start to press this on. And not a bad idea to take this off and actually hold some pressure on the inside as you start to work this down. Especially if you think your clay is somewhat soft. If it's too soft, you might need to let it, firm up a little bit more so that you can actually work on, on top of your piece. So once I get that into place, I'm just going to start to center this, but I want to kind of start on the edge here, really making sure that that's firmly attached. Actually, can you put a little fresh water in that little tiny pitcher up there? Yeah. This is. I don't want to use. I don't want to put a lot of water on this. Is the primary reason. Thank you. I feel like with the fresh water, as opposed to that kind of stroke now, I'll have a little more control. So I'm just going to wet this enough so that my fingers are going to go over it, and I'm just going to slowly start to try to center the clay on top. The other way to do this is to just, throw this piece separately and then attach it. You can do that also. Just slip and score it once it's. There's something kind of nice about this, throwing the piece directly on top. You kind of get a nice kind of continuity in the form. Throw it in place. Again, notice I'm not putting enough water, then it's running down the side. I don't want water running down in between my flange or my seat and my lid.
Wow. The whole thing happened.
So, one thing that I will say about knobs of any size, on any size pot, is that they tend to be made too small, in my experience, okay? And so think about little tiny knob, right? It feels kind of nice and comfortable when it's leather hard, when it's bone dry, when it's bisque fired. What's going on out there? No, really?
Leave him alone. So you guys think the shoe was going to do it? Yeah. We need a little bit more than that.
Yeah. You feel comfortable going out there and closing the door so he doesn't go inside the...
It was inside.
He was inside?
He was in there. Playing.
Anyway, so you make these little tiny knobs. The minute you put a glaze on it, even if it's a satin or a matte glaze, you go to pick it up and you don't have anything to grab onto. Okay, so you want to make sure that it's going to be big enough.
Oh, good. having a top part configured when it goes down.
Yep.
Very important.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
Otherwise, you get the same thing. She believes it.
I've broken these before because they weren't, they
Yeah,
weren't
I have it straight. Straight down, then you put glaze on it, and you get the same thing happening. You can't really see that.
Oh, it's pretty.
Okay. So I got a little ding there. I can go back and patch that with a little clip. Okay.